Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Nostalgia Critic, and it's going to be old versus new, Willy Wonka versus Charlie. Oh boy, this should be very fascinating because I love the old-fashioned classic Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, that movie was just absolutely legendary. It still holds up today. You could watch it over and over, and it's still a fantastic movie. God bless Gene Wilder's performance in that movie. I mean, he's passed away. He died in I think it was like 2016. He passed away. God, that was a rough year. I think we was losing every good celebrity actor. We lost a lot of good actors on that year. Yeah. I mean, Gene Wilder was in this, and he was an absolute amazing actor. I mean, he was in like The Young Frankenstein, and he was in Stir Crazy, and just a lot of movies. See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I mean, it was just so many movies he was in, and it was just absolutely incredible performance from Gene Wilder. But yeah, we're talking too much about Gene Wilder. I'm sorry, but I just need to emphasize how incredible that guy was. Yeah, there was a new sort of Willy Wonka movie. It had Johnny Depp in it. I watched that, and it was god awful. It was absolutely god awful. Johnny Depp's performance in that movie was god awful, and I don't even think yeah, it was the movie itself. It was just god awful. I cannot emphasize that enough. When I watched the new one with all the CGI effects and everything, it was just absolutely terrible. What an insult. Yeah, let's continue with the video, shall we? But before we do, obviously, the kid's name is Charlie Bucket. Of course, his name is Charlie Bucket because I remember a lot of in school, I had a lot of people pick on me for my name being Charlie, as it happens quite a lot because like, oh, you must be Charlie. You mean Charlie Bucket from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Post-traumatic stress syndrome comes to mind. Yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go.
Hello, I'm a Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. And welcome to another installment of Old versus New.
This should be very fascinating. I'm very interested in
You wanna know what I love? Tim Burton.
this.
Every time you see a
Yeah.
movie by him, you know it's always gonna be
It's
dark,
gotta be
strange,
dark,
and goofy.
crazy, and
That is
I
except
think he
when
did
he
Beetlejuice, I
reimagines
believe.
stuff. We all know what a powerhouse remake Planet of the Apes was, so I wasn't very enthusiastic when he was remaking one of my childhood favorites, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, Charlie and
When
the
I saw the
Chocolate
trailer for
Factories.
this movie, I really thought it was gonna blow.
It-
You can't top the original.
it
No
did
way,
blow.
no how. But much to my surprise,
It was bad.
I was totally right.
Yeah, it was
It
terrible.
was the worst film, but I just don't
It's not
think
the
it
worst
held a
film
candle
ever,
to the
no,
original.
but it's bad.
Is this just the thoughts of a stubborn curmudgeon, or is there really something there that I'm missing? Well, let's take a look back. This is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory versus Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I think it was too much CGI for my taste for this, the newer version. Too much green screen. Oh boy.
So let's get down to the main star himself. That is the main star of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because his name's in the title. Even though that movie was more about Charlie.
Yeah.
And that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was ironically more about Willy Wonka, sort of a marketing mistake
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's confusing.
A little harder.
Yeah, just get on with it. Oh, the sound's been removed. Obviously due to copyright, I'm guessing. Sometimes you remove the music for copyright reasons. That's what I'm guessing what he's done
These
there.
are two
There
of
we
my
go, it's back.
favorite actors, Gene Wilder and Johnny Depp. Every time you see them, they're a ton of fun to watch, playing a ton of different characters, ranging from kind and innocent to psychotic and...
Young Frankenstein.
More
God, that's
psychotic.
an incredible
But
movie.
which one is the best Wonka? Well, let's take a look at Wilder. He has
Gene
the
Wilder,
ideas and ambition
incredible.
of a child, yet the mind and demeanor of a James Bond villain.
Yeah, his
Every time
performance,
you
Willy
see him, you
Wonka
feel
is
welcome,
absolutely
but
creepy.
also a little disturbed. When you look at him, you have no idea what he's thinking.
Mm.
You just know that he already has everything planned out.
Two naughty, nasty little children gone. Three.
I always thought it was like the Death Factory because all the
You can
kids
tell he
started
has
disappearing
patience,
and
but only
dying
for
one
the
by
people
one.
and ideas that deserve it. Everything else turns into a blueberry. So, yeah, he's pretty fucking demented.
Yeah,
But
he's
he was
pretty
also
scary.
suave, elegant, mysterious, and when he needed to be, very kind. This gave him an edge, and allowed both children and adults to identify him and join him for the ride. Johnny Depp, on the other hand...
You smell like old people.
Ugh, cringe.
Now,
Fucking
don't get me
cringe.
wrong, I love Johnny Depp. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
all for
love Johnny
reinventing
Depp
what the Willy
too,
Wonka
but-
character is like. But I have no idea what he's doing here.
Yeah,
I
it
always
was...
thought a verruca was a type of wart you got on the bottom of your foot.
I guess the
So
idea is that he's
weird.
a lost child in a grown man's body due to his past, but nothing about him is consistent. He sends
Yeah.
out golden tickets to find the right child to take over his factory, but when they arrive, he seems totally uninterested in them.
Mr. Wonka, I'm Violet Beauregard.
I don't care.
Don't you want to know our names?
Can't imagine how it would matter.
I'm just...
Because they'll be running your shit!
Yeah, they gotta run the
Gene Wilder
factory.
Wonka
When
was
you
fun
wanna
to be
know?
around, always cracking jokes while having a diabolical edge to him. This Wonka just annoys the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
Where is
I
fancy
didn't like
In the heart or
Johnny's
in the
Depp
head?
performance. It was god awful.
surprise.
It's sort of like watching a friend
Oh,
act
boy.
really bad in a play, but you're in such a world of awkwardness that you can't tell him.
Who wants a beard?
Well, beatniks for one. All those hip, jazzy, super cool, neat, keen, and groovy cats. It's in the fridge, Daddy-O. Are you hep to the jive? Can you dig what I'm laying down? I knew that you could. Slide me some skin. So, brother?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Plus, why does he look like a mix between Marilyn Manson and that Russian chick from Indiana Jones 4?
We are the music
Oh,
makers. And we are the dreamers of dreams.
Damn, that's deep.
You're really weird.
Johnny, I love you, but everybody has to have at least one bad performance, and unfortunately, this is yours.
Yeah, I
Point
think this
goes
is
to
his
the
worst
Wonka.
performance ever in his movie career, I think. Yeah. Johnny Depp's worst performance was that. Yep.
But what about
Gene
the
Wilder winner.
supporting cast? Which one is truly more scrumdiddly
Scrumdiddlyumptious. I think it was that. Scrumdiddlyumptious. Oh boy. Oh, yep. Music's been removed again, obviously, for copyright reasons. There we go.
In the Wonka
There we
version,
go.
all the kids are great actors and reflect the bratty stereotypes of the time. In the Charlie version, they pretty much got that down too. In fact, they updated. Mike TV is more obsessed with video games than he is with television, and his parents are a lot more careless, like the kind of hapless people who wouldn't mind letting technology raise their child.
Die! Die! Die!
Die,
That's
die,
like
die. What is this, the
to
new
make her
fucking
a
Doom
winning,
trailer?
obsessed champion, and not just a gum enthusiast. The mother is updated too, reflecting kind of a perfect soccer mom who
The
pushes
Doom
her
trailer
daughter's
did that, where
victories
she
to the
was
nth
like,
degree.
die,
It's a little
die,
bit more of a
die. It
modern
was so
problem when a
cringy.
girl would just choose a lot. How
Sounds
about
like
Grandpa
a-
Joe? Both are different, but both seem to be supportive and strong. Especially when it comes to prancing out of their bedridden sheets, fucking thinkers. I think I like the Wonka Grandpa Joe a little
Yeah.
better because
A
he's
lot-
a tad more stubborn.
a lot of
which
people
made
didn't
all the
like
more
him
supportive.
because
But
he-
did they really have to make him sing?
He paid for
I never
tobacco,
dreamed that I would
and they
climb
were
over
poor,
the moon
so
in
something
ecstasy.
about that. A lot of people didn't like him because he spent his money on tobacco.
How about the Oompa Loompas? Well, I gotta say I like the Wonka version again. Why? Well, how do I put this? Even though Deep Roy is a really enjoyable actor and he has a big task playing every single Oompa Loompa,
Oh,
just
boy.
erase from your mind for a moment that you've ever heard of an Oompa Loompa. You have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Which one of these would be an Oompa Loompa? Is this an Oompa Loompa? No, that's just a little person made even smaller. That's a fucking Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, that's an
Orange
Oompa
face,
Loompa.
green hair, weird as hell. No
Yeah.
contest. But for me, the big deciding point is Charlie himself. And I'm just gonna come out and say it, I hate this fucking brat. I'm sure he's a nice kid and he's acted well in other movies, but he
Yeah.
is a friggin' saint in this picture. Does everything right, never thinks of himself. He's a damn Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Need the money more than we need the chocolate. Candy doesn't have to have a point. I wouldn't give up my family for anything. Usually they're just trying to protect
This is a fucking kid as well. Who?
Every time I see his precious little smile, I just want to deck him.
What makes you feel better when you feel terrible?
my family.
Damn, he
Little
has the
Charlie was a
answer
lot
for
more
everything.
realistic. He was a nice kid, but he was still a kid.
Yeah, he
He'd get
made
sad, he would
mistakes
get angry,
and-
and there's even moments where he would get greedy.
I
Yeah.
want it more than that.
Human
In
nature.
case you're wondering if it'll be me, it won't be. Just in case you're wondering, you can count me out.
We don't look down at him for it. We just know it's all part of being a little boy.
Yeah.
This kid could try out for Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chuck.
This kid's the fucking Messiah.
Stay present.
It's my candy bar, and I'll do what I want with it.
Do this
Damn.
in memory of
That,
me.
that kid is
Also,
fucking...
his performance is pretty bland. But what do you expect when you pretty much have no juicy material to deal with?
Sure, of course. Can you remember the first candy you ever ate? The gates are always closed.
Aren't I just charming? Ha! Seeing how Charlie is one of the main characters as well as the focus of the story, well, it should
Ooh,
be.
what
I think
the
it's only
fuck is
fair
that?
to give credit where credit's due. Point goes to the Wonka version.
Mumbler!
Of course.
Seriously, I cannot understand a single word you're saying.
Oh boy, of course. Yeah, the original will always win over the new one. The
But
new
you
one was
can't have
just
a musical
god-awful.
adventure without music. Otherwise, you just have an adventure, which would still be pretty amazing. In fact, maybe even more amazing because you wouldn't have all that damn music around annoying you. I need something to off-awkward this.
Oh god,
Thank you!
what the
This
fuck
is
was
best
that?
music.
Yep, audio removed again for copyright reasons, I'm taking a guess. Obviously he's removed it so he doesn't get copyright striked. Smart move. That's the best way to deal with
Songs
it.
from Willy Wonka are known by pretty much everyone. They're catchy, they're timeless, they're household tunes.
The Candyman can.
Oh god, I love this song. Candyman can. Golden
So who do you
Ticket,
get
classic
to try and match
songs.
songs like those? Well, the guy who did the music for Nightmare Before Christmas is
Oh,
pretty good.
Jesus.
Composer Danny Elfman has practically done all of Tim Burton's movies, so he was pretty lucky that he also happened to be a songwriter. But how can you compete with songs that everybody knows and loves? Well, their solution was actually pretty clever. The songs don't appear until they enter the factory, and are only sung by the Oompa Loompas. But with every song they sing, they try a new decade of music. They start off
Oh,
with the
boy.
50s mambo,
It's just... Might as well like the Pokemon.
a
Like,
60s
I don't know
disco,
why. I just don't like it. It's just
a
not
70s
right.
hippie song,
It's not right. It
and an
doesn't
80s rock
feel
ballad.
right.
Now that's a really clever idea. The only downside is that the songs, while entertaining, are pretty short and to be honest, not very memorable. That is
true.
except for
Oh, we remember this. God,
this
this song.
tormented so many people months after they saw this. It's so catchy you'll bleed your
Reminds you
brains
of
out
the
your
Shrek
ears.
sort of. Shrek, you know, when the booth and the puppet sings.
But enough of that. That's enough of that. For God's sakes, at least play something else!
Oh boy. Oh god.
Stop!
All these
But how does
songs.
the rest of the music fare out? Well, they both seem to match the tone they're trying
Look at those
to set.
gummy
Wonka's
bears,
is a bit more
Jesus.
whimsical and smooth.
Look at the giant gummy bears.
Where Charlie's is a bit more quirky and deranged.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, I really do have to go with the original Wonka version.
Yeah.
No
It's
disrespect to
classic
Elfman,
music.
but these are just classic, memorable, perfect songs.
Yeah, you
I wouldn't
can't beat
expect anybody
classic.
to top them.
You can't beat the
Again,
classics.
point goes to Wonka.
Once again, you really shouldn't mumble because it's kind of starting to bum me out.
Ugh, God. The classic is winning all the way. Glad to hear
Well,
it.
if there's anything you think Tim Burton would be able to outdo, it's the visual style. I mean, this is the guy who said, hey, you know what that guy needs? Fucking scissors on his hands. That'll make the movie work. But is it enough to save this reimagining? Let's take a look at visual style.
Oh boy. Yep, music's removed again, obviously, for copyright reasons. I'm guessing he didn't want a copyright strike on his account. It's weird without the music, ain't it? It's just
Well, it
silence.
really is like apples and
There we
oranges
go.
because they both have very distinct looks. The look of the Wonka movie has sort of a timeless feel, almost like it could take place anywhere.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the Charlie version does too. Burton really knows how to take our modern day world and make it look like something out of a fairy tale. The cinematography and sets are just so exaggerated, they're absolutely perfect. But in a sense, that's also a problem with the film. The first half is so cleverly set up and visually clever that actually kind of loses its edge when it goes inside the factory. There's a few too many things going on, it's a little too dark to make everything out. In Wonka's version, you could see everything fine, and the
Yeah, it's all
strangeness was a great
colourful.
contrast to the typical everyday world we saw in the first half. But the Wonka version has problems too. The film does have sort of a 70s tint to the whole thing, and on top of that,
I
the
enjoyed
effects
it.
were good at the time, but
Yeah.
are now a tad outdated.
Come
The Chocolate
on, this is
River
a
looks more
classic.
like liquid feces.
It
always
does
looked like
look a
colored
bit
water, and it
liquidy.
still does.
Yeah.
Is chocolate.
No, it's not.
It's just
The Charlie version looked a
liquid
lot more
water,
like chocolate.
brownie-ish.
I mean, it really looks like you could eat that stuff. They did
true.
actually get the proper design of what a gobstopper looks like. I mean, what the fuck are those?
Yeah, I
See,
never
it
understood
makes
what those
everlasting
were.
gobstoppers.
No, that's a radioactive paperweight. I'm not sure what you smoked to see gobstopper. In the
Boy.
Charlie version, the factory never did look quite right, but at least it did look more like a factory, particularly in the opening credits. A close call, but I am gonna go with the Charlie version. They just had more money, more time, and a visionary nutball to make it all look good.
Yeah.
Point goes to the Charlie version.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. The chocolate does look real in this version. The older version looks
But
a little
again,
bit
it all
watery.
comes down
So
to story.
give it
Which
a
one
point
tells
to
their
that.
tale the best? Well,
The
it's
classic.
not waiting longer and die.
Ugh, music's removed again. I'm so sorry about this, but obviously he's removed the music for copyright reasons once again. Oh boy. Best story, the original classic.
While both versions seriously deviate from the book, I give credit that they both create their own vision of what they're trying to say. As I said before, the Wonka version is more focused on the Charlie character, and the Charlie movie is ironically more focused on the Wonka character. Isn't that strange? And I have to be honest, I went into the Charlie version expecting to hate it, but when it started, I didn't find it that bad. It seemed creative and felt like it was trying to start its own unique version that actually kind of worked. That is, again, until Depp showed up.
Yeah. Every time I saw him,
But
it
then
just
again, the Charlie version is
destroyed the
almost
movie.
banking on the fact that you saw the other version. The scene where Grandpa Joe walks is almost glanced over, and like I said before, Charlie is so underdeveloped you could pretty much just run the movie without him. He's pretty much a footnote next to Wonka. The film also shows a lot more. Like, I never really wanted to see Loompa Land. I had my own vision of what a Vernicious Knid looked like, and it did not look like that thing. In fact, I still have my kindergarten drawing of what I thought one originally looked like.
Oh boy.
I had issues.
Yeah, you
It
sure
also
did.
bothered me how we don't know if the kids survived in the Wonka version, yet we clearly see them survive in the Charlie version. I think the message sticks much more to kids when you don't know if they survived, but there's still that possible out that they did. There's also no Slugworth, but that wasn't really in the book anyway. And there's also no outburst at the end, which seemed to really put Charlie's innocence and kindness to the test. Now granted though, the Charlie version
I never
did
understood
update
at
a
the
lot
ending
of
why
plot
everything
holes.
was like
why
half,
shrink down
like
a
half a
giant piece of
teacup and
chocolate that
everything.
could
It was
make,
just
like,
weird.
50 bars into one. In this version, they actually say they want to teleport it through television, which is a lot more clever. They also explain that Wonka is looking for children to win the golden tickets, not adults.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he know in the other version that coincidentally 5 children and not 5 adults would find the tickets?
I'm a trifle deaf in this ear. Speak a little louder next time.
But what really gets me are the morals. That's probably the weirdest part. The moral of the Wonka version is just always be good and true to yourself, and one day you'll get your reward. Simple enough.
Bullshit.
The moral of the Charlie version,
I've been good all my
is to
life and
always
I
be a
haven't
kid
got
at
anything
heart, but
for
be
it.
an adult in your mind. Don't spend your adult life being a little child. But that's more of a message for grown-ups, isn't it? You know, and unsuccessful comedians. But like I said before, the number one problem with the Charlie version is that it was about Wonka. And it shouldn't be. Charlie is the focus and the character kids can identify with. Wonka is more like Merlin or Mr. Miyagi. He's interesting, but he's not the heart of the story. That has to belong to the main character, which is Charlie.
Of course.
His name is in the title of the book for crying out
Yeah.
loud. Though I don't hate it as much as I did in the past, it's clear which one's the superior version. The Wonka version.
It's Wonka.
The old, the original, the timeless classic.
Of
Willy
course,
Wonka
the
and the
classic.
Chocolate Factory.
Classics always tend to win, don't they? Yep. There we go, winner.
So the old wins this time around. As a special treat, here's the original music from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory to play us out.
Oh god. No, please no. No.
Play something else!
Oh god.
Something else!
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Play the Chitty Bang Bang song, please god no. Oh, actually I like that song, it's pretty cool.
Enough is enough. This is the final. This is the very, very last straw. Who is responsible for this? I demand that you show yourself. Who are you? Huh?
Pause. Oh boy. That's all, folks. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. I gotta say, I prefer the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original one. The music was far superior, it was catchy, and you can remember it. and the acting was much more better, and Gene Wilder's performance was incredible. God rest his soul. I mean, he is absolutely great, and he actually improvised in that. I believe that there was a scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There was a scene where Willy Wonka was walking up to the gate with his stick, and he rolls over to the kids. I heard that was improvised. So yeah, that's a fascinating fact for you guys. That scene where Willy Wonka rolls over to and jumps up. That was improvised by Gene Wilder himself. And yeah, I just wanted to note that because a lot of people didn't know that was improvised. But yeah, I heard he wanted to do that. He wanted to pretend he looked really old and crippled, and then he wanted to surprise everyone at the very end. He wanted to roll over and do a jump, and everyone celebrating how incredible he is. Yeah, but that was a little Easter egg for you. But yeah, the newer version is god awful. I didn't like Johnny Depp's performance in that. I mean, it just felt so creepy. I think that was Johnny Depp's worst movie he's ever done. I know he's done quite a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and one of them's probably god-awful. How many movies has he been in the Pirates of the Caribbean? There must be like 6 or 8 fucking movies. I mean, Jesus. But yeah, that was probably one of his worst performance, Johnny Depp's performance in this movie, the newer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It was god-awful. But yeah, but I'm sorry if you enjoy the new one. You may be thinking, oh, come on, Charlie. You can't start hating on it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't the worst movie in the world. No, it wasn't the worst movie in the world. I just didn't enjoy it. I just wanted Gene Wilder. I know we were supposed to move on to something new, but just because something's old and, sometimes things don't need a remake or remastered edition. Sometimes the classics are just the classics, Like, sometimes the older versions are the best versions, and that's just a sad reality, Sometimes when someone makes something new, and to try to add something new to it, or it just doesn't work out sometimes because the classics are just the classics. I'm rambling now, I'm sorry. But maybe you agree with me that you actually prefer the classic movies over the new ones with all the technology, green screens, and it just takes away something from the classical sort of movies, so to speak. It always takes away something from it. But yeah, that's the point I just want to make is that I just didn't like the Johnny Depp performance. It was just creepy. It really creeped me out. I mean, I've only watched it once. Maybe I need to watch it again, but I only watched it once, and that was enough for me, honestly. I just couldn't stand it. It was painful. It was god-awful painful, and I was like, oh, come on, this was going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's got Johnny Depp in it. But how wrong was I when I heard that, when I actually watched it and heard Johnny Depp's performance in it, and it was god-awful. But yeah, we're going to end it here because I'm babbling on. I'm so sorry. I need to stop babbling. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. Did you enjoy the newer sort of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so to speak? Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Maybe you like the CGI effects. I'm sure there's something we can pick out from the movie that stands out, like the animation or CGI that was quite impressive. I give credit to the water fountain looking like real chocolate, a little bit more chocolatey, because the older version looked a little bit watery. So yeah, give credit where credit's due in some parts. I'm sure it wasn't as bad as everyone remembers, but it's just not for me, I'm sorry. But yeah, let's end the video here. If you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.